If COVID-19 wasn't dominating the news right now, what would be some of the biggest stories right now? Egypt and Ethiopia are close to going to war due to Ethiopia building a dam on the Nile River. Ethiopia is diverting some water and limiting water flow to Egypt. The Ethiopian government is refusing to honor previous agreements made that detail the rate at which they will fill the lake behind their dam, and they refuse to negotiate any further with the Egyptians. Does Ethiopia have the military strength to take on Egypt? I don't know much about Ethiopian military, but Egypt gets over $1 billion a year in military aid from the USA and have the largest standing army on the continent. Nah, Egypt is second strongest Arab nation. The ozone layer is getting better. This is the first positive news I've read in this thread. It's been getting better and better for years. Since the ban of CFCs to be precise. This would not be news even without COVID-19. Important side note, the ozone layer has nothing to do with the greenhouse gases layer. To quickly distinguish between the two, the ozone layer filters out harmful UV rays, and is necessary for life as we know to exist on Earth. This was being destroyed by CFCs however since the ban of. It has been slowly replenishing. The greenhouse gases layer is mainly made of CO2, the one of the main products of combustion, aka burning. Thickening this layer causes global warming, average-wise, which causes climate change, erratic weather patterns, and extreme weather events. This layer is still getting thicker. The nearly 2-year-long Ebola outbreak in the DRC has ended. The last patient to be treated has survived. Wow. I was worried about this a couple of months ago, but then the pandemic that must not be named took over my attention and I forgot about it. Incredibly brave people fighting Ebola. Such a scary disease. Yeah, the people that get out there to treat patients are some of the world's biggest heroes. I can't imagine how scary it must be to be living in a place with an Ebola outbreak going on. Thank God it's all over now. That was the last bit of positive news I got before all this started happening. One of the main routes into downtown Seattle, the West Seattle Bridge, was closed yesterday because cracks in support beams made it structurally unsound. It will take several months to fix and will not reopen until it's done. This would normally destroy the entire Seattle commute, but it happened right now, so it's barely even a blip on the local news. Real talk, this was probably the best possible time for this to happen. Astronomer here. We might have a bright naked eye comet next month in the northern hemisphere, our first since 1997. Comet C/2019 Atlas Y4 is brightening really quickly, and by May might be one of the brightest things in the night sky. I mean, comets are notoriously tricky to predict in brightness, as it might just break apart as it gets closer to the sun. But it's really exciting to think about, albeit no one has heard about it because of the pandemic. Though granted, doesn't a pandemic need a bright comet? Edit. You might be able to get it in binoculars right now, or at least have fun trying. Here's the star chart for it. And yes, the last bright northern hemisphere great comet was Hale-Bopp, which was up for about a year to the naked eye. If you were a southern hemisphere resident in 2006, however, you probably remember Comet McNaught. Edit 2, because many are asking, that bright star in the evening sky is actually Venus. It's around its peak brightness and height right now, and you should go take a look if your social distancing allows it. Might as well take a break from Netflix and look at a whole another planet. Smile. Edit 3, no, there is no chance of the comet hitting us or affecting life on Earth beyond potentially getting bright. Bill Gates leaving Microsoft. Whoa. Bill Gates left Microsoft 12 days ago. I don't think it changes much. He was on the board, not running daily operations. I doubt they would ignore him if he made a suggestion, though. Yeah, not at all. The company will be perfectly fine without him, and I'm certain they will always listen if he comes back. If anything, it shows he feels the company is in great hands and that he can walk away. That all the millions of dollars we raised for the people affected by the bushfires in Australia has maybe vanished. I've spoken to a few people whose houses burnt down and they haven't seen a cent. Where did the money raised go, I wonder? The money that went to reputable organizations will still be handed out for a while. Those organizations know that the need lasts a lot longer than the news spotlight and public attention. Even worse for the tourist towns that are now not getting any traffic over Easter, and likely until at least summer. We're about to lose the Amazon rainforest to a perpetual feedback loop that will turn it into savanna. But nobody is talking about it. The pandemic really covered up the global warming effects, not to mention the human effects on the planet. This will bite back worse than the pandemic, just a thought. What happens to Earth if all countries follow the Italy shutdown? Didn't China's air start to get a little better since there wasn't billions of people driving about? Evidence is building that a major extraterrestrial impact occurred 12,800 years ago that likely caused global destruction. The impact likely caused the extinction of many large mammal species in North America, including multiple species of elephant/mastodons, giant sloths, giant bears, giant beavers, camels, etc. At this date, there are many sites around the globe that include nanodiamonds, magnetic spherules and platinum group metals, that are associated with such impacts. There is also evidence of major burning of forests and other plant material, black mat layer, and tons of evidence for massive flooding in North America, suggesting flood water thousands of feet deep caused dramatic erosional effects in northeastern portions of the U.S. Major earthquakes happened in capital of Croatia, Zagreb, last Sunday. Earthquakes are still happening, and the big part of the city is damaged. A lot of hospitals were also damaged. Our babies were born in a snow, people are left homeless. And the one who are still in their homes are afraid what will happen next. President Czar Putin is about to destroy any last glimmer of democracy in Russia, and put himself on the throne once again. He is not afraid of letting everyone know that anyone who opposes him will end up dead. In fact, he is quite happy to be seen as a man you don't want it across. In the West, he is making the arms manufacturers very happy, making billions of dollars, keeping them busy rearming. These billions could save lives in the current situation with the pandemic. One of Joe Biden's accusers just gave an interview for the first time, and guys, it's bad. He cornered her, penetrated her with his fingers, and got angry when she resisted. I can't get it to link on mobile, but her name is Tara Reid. Favorite part of this is people who denied the Ford/Kavanaugh stuff now have to do mental gymnastics as to why the Joe Biden stuff is for real though. As someone who lives in Nashville, it's a shame how the tornado that went through Nashville killed 25 people and destroyed so much, but nobody cared because of COVID-19. I live in Nashville and I care way more about the outbreak, tbh. I strongly agree, me and my dad both had the virus. I just think that it got absolutely zero recognition because of the outbreak. For what it's worth, only 7 of those 25 died in Nashville. The other 18 were 80 miles to the east of Nashville in Cookeville, Tennessee. Nashville was hit by an F3. An hour or so later, Cookeville was hit by an F4. Because of Nashville's tornado and key cell towers being hit, Cookeville residents got no warning on a tornado at 1:30 to 2 a.m. Talk about overshadowing. Nashville is more well known, so it totally overshadowed Cookeville's. The fact that an island in Antarctica lost 20% of its snow over the course of a 9-day heat wave. Holy hit, that's frightening. Ice and snow melt seem like they're accelerating. We will surpass 2 degrees Celsius global warming by 2050. Bird watchers have noticed large swarms of pigeons entering and leaving FBI buildings across the country. Truly puzzling. May or may not be related to COVID, but the media's not touching it. A research medical company has just released a testing product that accurately diagnoses 1,000 types of cancers. This will mean people can get the most effective and selective treatment for their type of cancer, increasing survival rates. There's video footage that has emerged of Australian soldiers committing war crimes in Afghanistan, blatantly murdering unarmed civilians in cold blood without any hesitation. Thanks for listening to Reddward. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Let us know in comments what you think. See you later.